If you keep hearing you're such a nice guy, but I don't see this going anywhere, it's not your looks and it's not your personality that's the issue. It's your behavior. In this video, I'm going to break down the framework called the Steelman and Velvet Matrix, and it's going to show you exactly the behaviors that are killing attraction and getting you ghosted. Let me paint a picture for you. You're recently out of a divorce or a long-term breakup. You're finally starting to heal. You're ready to get back out there. You got your pictures taken. You got your dating app set up. You finally do get a match, and she's super excited to meet up. The conversation has been good. You've led to the date. You set it up for Friday night. She shows up on time, looking cute. You can see with the eye contact that there is going to be a good time here. She seems just like your type. You get into the bar, you order your drinks. The conversation's just starting to get going. You can tell there's a little vibe. There's some chemistry. You decide to go sit down in the corner so that you guys can have some privacy. You can get to know each other. She starts laughing at all your stories. She's very intently listening. 2 hours feels like 20 minutes, and everything is just progressing like it should. This feels like a done deal. You are going to get a second date. Then, as you're about to leave, you walk her to her car and you go for a kiss. And she says, "Hey, you're a great guy. I think you're really nice, but I don't see this going anywhere." And you are just defeated. You thought all this time there was for sure going to be another date. That scenario basically summarizes my dating life months after my divorce. I'm living in Boston. I'm ready to move on. I got my dating app set up. And for months, I'm basically just swiping, get a few matches here and there. Conversations seem like they're going well. And then poof, she's gone. Or you get the number. Oh, you're blocked. She doesn't respond. Wondering what's going on. Why is this happening? Then the few times that I did get a date, I'm really seeing like, okay, this is going very well. I'm on top of my game. I'm being very agreeable. We like the same things. She's laughing at my jokes. And then in the end of the night comes, she says, "Yeah, that was great. I'm just not feeling it." Or even worse, she goes home and then I'm expecting to see her at least some point in the next few days and ghosted. Nothing. No explanation at all. And it took me several months longer to figure out what was actually happening. Why was I getting ghosted so often? Why was my behavior so unattractive to these women? I thought I had developed much more since my divorce. I'm losing weight. I'm becoming more social. I'm becoming more fun and outgoing. I'm becoming my true self. But there's still things that are holding me back. And this Steelman and Velvet Matrix sums up a lot of the issues that I was having. Women do not ghost a man they genuinely find attractive and respect. The problem is most men operate in one dimension. They're either too nice or they're too rigid. And this creates a fundamental attraction killer that has nothing to do with your pickup lines or your conversation skills. So let me show you what I mean. So here we have the Steelman and Velvet Matrix. Here you have steel. This is the x-axis. This represents your backbone, knowing what you want, having strong boundaries. The y-axis is velvet, your empathy, your curiosity. How warming are you to other people? So as you can see, it goes into 4 different quadrants. So let me break this down. So this first quadrant is called the checked out guy. Checked out guy. As you can see, low steel, low velvet. So he has little to no boundaries, no backbone, doesn't have a plan in life, can't really lead. Say no plan. He's not very curious or warm or empathetic, so no warmth. So when girls meet this kind of guy, he's very apathetic. Everything is whatever you want, it's up to you. Girls find this guy very dull and boring because he's not showing any interest in them, in the interaction. He becomes very forgettable. These are the kind of guys that are going to get ghosted fastest. This next quadrant is where most guys who get ghosted live. This is the nice guy quadrant. I lived here for years after my divorce. This guy has very high velvet, but very low steel. So rather than saying, "Hey, I know a great Italian restaurant. Does that work for you?" Leading, knowing what you want, he would say things like, "Where do you want to go?" So not much of a leader, doesn't know what he wants. If you can relate to this, you don't want to ruin the date. You're very excited that you're finally on a date with somebody. So you want to put on your best behavior. And the needy guy wants validation. He wants to be his best. He wants people to like him. So this guy is never disagreeable. I'll just say he is agreeable. Won't challenge. So if he has a difference of opinion, he won't express it. He's not very playful because he doesn't want to risk losing her affection, her attention. So he's not really teasing. He's not very playful. Just very agreeable. Yeah, that's awesome. I love hiking too, or I love to go fishing too, or I love the theater too. Very excited, very much just wanting to get approval. And she can sense this. She can tell that this guy is not a challenge. This is where my dates would slip up. I would be very excited that I'm on a date. I want to do my best. I'm going to agree with her. Oh, I love to do that too. We should definitely do that while we're in Boston. We should definitely do this. And it was never teasing her of, oh, you can't do that. No boundaries. Always like, where do you want to go for your drinks next? Not leading, no back. So this is the nice guy. This is where most guys get the, hey, it was great to meet you. You're a great person, but I'm not that attracted. Attraction comes in the push-pull. And so this guy is never doing any pushing away. He's always trying to pull her in. Yes, I like that too. Yes, I want to do these things. I don't want to express difference of opinions. I've had plenty of girls tell me on dates that they don't want to tell me what they like to do because they've had guys switch their answers. Like, oh, I actually do like doing that. And that comes down to the nice guy trying so hard to seek approval, to get her to like you at any cost. And these are the guys who are going to experience the, I thought you were great, I don't want to see you, or ghosted altogether. She does not respect you as a man that can lead, that can give her a good time. She's losing the attraction because you're not able to push her away. This third quadrant is called the hard ass. This guy has high steel, very strong boundaries, knows what he wants, but he's very low in velvet. He does not have a lot of warmth. He's not very curious about people. It's really his way or the highway. So strong boundaries, knows what he wants. And this can be actually pretty attractive to a girl at first, what he wants, because she wants a guy that can lead, that knows what he wants. So this is immediately attraction. But I don't know if you've ever dealt with people like this, but when somebody is so ingrained into their boundaries, their wants, it can be like talking to a brick wall. You don't want to express your opinion to them because you know they won't listen. So it ends up being easier just to say, forget it. I'm not even going to talk to you. I don't want to even bother into this interaction. So a girl might feel attracted at first, but because everything is this guy's way or the highway, she doesn't feel safe being able to confide in him because she doesn't feel like he would actually care about her as a person. Anything she confesses to him or anything she tells him to get to know him, it won't have a huge impact because he doesn't have a lot of warmth. He doesn't have a lot of empathy. He does not care about this person because it's still going to come down to his way or the highway. So this guy gets ghosted as well. Maybe not at first because she does like the boundaries, the leading, but eventually she does not feel like this is going to go anywhere, does not feel like she could confide in him or build any real connection. The final quadrant is the good man or the good guy. This guy has high steel, high velvet. So he's got his boundaries, but he's also very warm. So he might say something like, I don't agree with that, but help me understand your point of view. So he's expressing his boundaries, but he's also getting her input. Her input. We'll just put her input. I can't type. Her input. So he wants to know what her opinions are. He's not afraid to express if he agrees with it or not, but he's also not going to be domineering, trying to force his reality onto her. This is where attraction comes in for the woman. She's able to see that he is not a pushover. He can keep her interest because he's not just going to agree with everything she says, but he's also has his boundaries. So he's not going to be domineering. She can feel safe opening up to him. She doesn't have to worry about him judging her or making her feel bad for her differences of beliefs or anything like that. The challenge with this guy, though, is that you have to be able to stick to your boundaries. Otherwise, they're not boundaries. And you have to be willing to let her walk away. The good guy will express his opinions in a respectful, warm way, but he's not going to back down from them. If she disagrees and walks out, that is fine. That is not a big deal. That is her decision. Whereas the nice guy would be very agreeable. He does not want her to leave at all. He wants this to work out no matter what. So he will switch his opinion. The hard ass would just tell her that her opinion is wrong. I don't care. This is my way, and then be done with it. So then she doesn't feel like she can open up or that she'll be judged. And the checked out guy doesn't really care at all. He doesn't want to invest. He's not going to do anything. So the good guy is where you want to be. You want to be able to express your boundaries, express your beliefs in a kind, respectful way, figure out what her beliefs are so that you can get to know her on a deeper level and not just, hey, this is the way things are. She can actually open up to you. She'll feel safe. So this is the Steel Man and Velvet Matrix. This really opened up my eyes when I was starting to date. I realized after, trial and error of a few years, until I read the No More Mr. Nice Guy book, that's also good. But I was the nice guy. I did not want these dates to go badly. I wanted to agree with her. I wanted to make sure that she knew I would do the things she wanted to do so that we could have these fun adventures. She knew she could trust me because I'm a good guy. I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy. And I wasn't able to lead. I didn't have boundaries. She knew she could walk over me. So it took me a long time to break out of these habits. So hopefully seeing this matrix can kind of get you aware of maybe where you are right now. Are you the guy that's checked out? You show up to dates and it's like, whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I don't really care to get to know you. Let's just see what happens. Are you the nice guy that wants it to go so well? You're afraid to tease her. You're afraid to express your opinions. You're afraid to express what you like and what you want in a woman. Are you the hard ass that has switched completely the opposite way, where you tried the nice guy and that didn't work? So now you're trying to be a hard ass where this is what I believe. I'm the prize. We're going to do things my way. This is it. And then, you're not really giving her a great experience. Or are you more the good guy? This is where you are aiming to be, where you have your boundaries, you have your opinions. These are things that you believe in. You express them. You do it in a polite, kind way. You're not trying to enforce your beliefs on others. This is just what you stand for. This is what I want out of a relationship. This is what I want out of a woman. These are the things that I believe. I know I'm a good person. I do good things, but I'm not doing it to gain a reward like the nice guy. So really think about where you are right now and see if there's some adjustments you can make to start getting towards the good guy. When I was getting back into dating, I was listening to contradicting advice. I would be told, just be yourself, be the guy. Girls want a nice guy. They want to know that you'll be there for them. And so I took it the complete opposite way of being very agreeable. And then I was getting advice to say, no, you're the prize. She should fall into your frame. You set the boundaries. You set the rules. And I think this is where modern dating really got me messed up and other people messed up as well, because it's focused on one or the other, not trying to combine them where you're the good guy. So now that you know what level you're in, let's give you an exercise that you can practice this week to help you raise both your steel and your velvet levels. In an interaction this week, it does not have to be specific to dating, but I want you to practice giving a preference, steel, and an appreciation, velvet. So say somebody suggests 7 p.m., we're going to go to dinner. Rather than saying, sorry, could we do 8 p.m.? I want you to say instead, deliver your preference. I prefer we meet at 8 p.m. and then give your velvet. Does that work for your schedule? Or I appreciate you being so flexible. So now you're not just defaulting to your normal nice guy or hard ass behavior. You're combining both. I prefer that we meet at 8 p.m. How does that sound to you? You're getting their opinion. You're not just your way or the highway or being very accommodating. You can start this at very low levels. You don't necessarily have to do this right away on dating apps or in person. You can do this with friends, with coworkers, with family. It will feel a little uncomfortable at first because you're typically used to being defaulted to your quadrant. If you're typically the nice guy, you're not used to expressing your preferences. And if you're typically the hard ass, you're not used to being very flexible. And if you're the checked out guy, you're probably not used to doing either of them. So it does take a little bit of practice. Try to do this as often as possible. You'll start to see that you're both getting what you want. You're not just accommodating to everybody, but you're also making people feel warm and comfortable, that they can open up to you. Now, this is not about becoming somebody that you're not. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Somebody who is strong, empathetic, caring, and can communicate what he wants with his life. I hope this has been helpful for you. Let me know in the comments what quadrant you're in, things that you've done to improve yourself. If you are struggling with this and have been for a while, join a clarity call. I'd love to talk with you, figure out what we can do to get you on the right track. That's it for this video. We'll see you next time.